Alright guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be taking the first ride attempt, I should say, on the Yamaha DT250 from 1978. If you guys haven't watched previous videos, we got this thing for $150. It was covered in mold and mildew and it was just really rough. The engine was locked up on it. So we tore it all down. The piston was stuck in the cylinder, so we soaked that in the ultrasonic cleaner. We cleaned up the carburetor, cleaned up the air box, tore apart the clutch. The whole engine block was filled with water, so it was all filled with ice, and we drained that out. We got a new coil for it. The new coil ended up being bad. We took off the stator plate and cleaned all that off and made sure everything was perfect there. We cleaned up the points. We had a hard time getting spark, but we finally got spark and we were able to start this up last video. Couple things we have to do before we ride it. We are cleaning out the gas tank right now with vinegar. It's been sitting for probably 4 days now. This gas tank is just really rough. You can see in there. It's really rough. And there's a little pinhole I have to fix today. That's right on the side of the tank right here. So we have to do that. I came out here yesterday and put the chain on the bike. It's a little rusty, but it'll do for testing purposes. And then I cleaned up the bike pretty good last video. Got all the mice out of the airbox, painted up the pipe with some high temp paint, painted up the case covers with some black, and it's looking a lot better. But obviously it's not gonna be perfect unless you tear every single piece down and restore it. But that's not the goal here. The goal is to get it up and running, and I think we're gonna be able to do that. All right, taking a look at the tank. This is 4 days with vinegar in the tank. As you can see, I think this rust is so bad, it's just like pitting all throughout the tank. So you can see metal, but it's just like big chunks of rust. So I don't think this tank is gonna be usable again. It's really bad. It's extremely corroded in there. Like, there are just huge chunks of rust floating around. Yeah, it needs to be coated or just thrown away, I think, at this point. The gas tank is so bad. What we're gonna do is try cleaning it out, dumping out the old vinegar, swishing some gas around in it, and attempting to use it. I've got a new petcock for it, hopefully, and we'll just try to see if it holds gas. We'll put a filter in there and filter all the rust from it, but it's just really bad. How bad the pitting is right there. All right, we just are putting some nuts in the gas tank to loosen up that rust a little bit. Just gonna drop a couple of these in there. I already put about 5 of them in there. Just trying to find some. But yeah, we'll put those in there, shake it up. Hopefully that knocks a lot of that rust out of there. Completely brown. It's all rust. All the rust is pretty much out of it. So we coated it with some gasoline and oil, a little mix, and then shook it up, dumped it out maybe 3 times we did. So now let's change the petcock, or if the petcock I have for it doesn't fit, we'll clean this one out. Petcock wasn't too bad actually. I've seen where these are just broken off and completely full of rust, but that actually doesn't look that bad. I think we're still going to use a new one. I'm not going to mess around. We'll see if this one fits on there. Oh yeah. Looks like she'll fit. Get this crossover tube off of here. Alright, that's about the right length. Alright, and then when we put it on, we'll connect the other end. Alright, gas tank is on. Looking pretty good. Awesome. Alright, let's get gas line hooked up. Alright, gas line hooked up with a filter. Looking pretty decent. Brand new petcock on there. So that's going to work out great. Looking pretty sharp. Just need the seat on there. I don't have any covering for the seat, so we're going to have to come back to that, but I do want to fix the throttle cable. That's really the only thing we have left to fix. It's just really janky on here. So let's look into the throttle cable and see if we can fix that. Alright, check this out. We got the throttle working. Little engineering going on here. But it works, so don't criticize too hard. We've got some zip ties holding this on. You can see that this piece doesn't fit in there, and it's way too big. So this is like the wrong throttle cable for it. But we're not going to buy a new throttle cable to test it out. So we just rigged that up. You can hear the slide hitting now. So throttle cable is good to go. Doesn't look the prettiest, but it's working. Alright, let's start this thing up and drain the oil out. I want to give a fresh oil change on this thing. Let's see how many milliliters. 1,100 cc. So, actually, let's see if there's any oil in it. Probably a good thing to check. I did put some in it right when we did the rebuild, but I can't remember if I drained it or if there's still some in there. Let's see. Oh yeah, it still looks pretty good actually. Nice and clear. We'll still drain it anyway. Remember, there was a bunch of like water and stuff in this engine, so better safe than sorry. We'll get this thing running and nice and warm and then drain the oil out. Hopefully it still starts up. We're gonna mix up some 40-to-1, dump her in the gas tank, see if she starts up. 3.2 ounces of oil going in. All right, let's see if the gas flows out of here. Oh yeah. It's working great. Perfect. All right, well that works. Let's try starting her up. Take a couple kicks today. Alright, bike is all warmed up. Let's check the dipstick now. See what that looks like. Yeah, not too bad. Alright, we're gonna change the oil quick. Look at that water coming out. You can see it was mixed with water in there. So it's good we're doing this flush. Pretty smooth. Pretty smooth, no chunks in there. So that's good. Does look pretty milky though. All right, 1,100 centimeters cubed is around 37 ounces. Slowly going down. All right, gonna add another like fourth quart. All right, I'd like to get one brake at least set up on this thing. The front brake is no longer with us. Cable is just complete junk on it. The back brake, I think does work. I think this lever does work. It's not hooked up, but let's just test and see if it works here. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely works. At least it'll slow us down. So, really we just need to put a bolt in there. Alright, check it out. We got the brake working. We'll test her out quick, see if she stops. Oh yeah. All right, that's working. Get the seat mounted now. It's not pretty, but we'll mount the seat. I think that's the last step. All right, let's get rid of this old fabric. I'm gonna try to look for a seat cover for this thing. Yeah, she's a little rough. Foam's not that bad. Foam is actually in decent condition, still soft. Ooh. Seat pan, on the other hand, is not looking too good. It's a little rusty. A little bit rough. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do with that. Maybe put some duct tape around it just so it stays together for now. Not too sure. Whoa, check the seat out. Futuristic duct tape seat. We're gonna have to get a cover for it. This is just really funny though. That's just so that my butt doesn't get wet when we're riding. But that should hold up. Looking pretty cool. I did not think when I bought this thing like a week and a half ago that we'd be taking it for a ride. Engine was locked up, piston was pretty much rusted into a cylinder. It was really, really rough. Alright, so I just attempted to go for the first ride and shifted it down. It does not budge an inch, so something's going on with the clutch. I adjusted the clutch all the way out, just took off the clutch cable, did not do anything. So I don't know if the clutch is not disengaging or what is going on with those plates. I don't know if they're still stuck together in there. even though I cleaned them. So we're gonna have to take up the cover again. Look at that. So we have to drain out the oil again, take up the cover, go through the clutch, and see what's going on with that. Yeah, kind of a big bummer, but gotta do what you gotta do. All right, we've got the clutch off, figured out what was wrong. This bolt, I tried twisting it, and then all of a sudden the whole clutch just popped in. So it was stuck out a little bit, and these plates weren't grabbing. So that's why it was not going into gear. So that's awesome. Well, first ride complete. Went around the driveway. There's a bunch of cars coming on the road. I didn't want to take it on the road quite yet. The clutch was not really working up here. So I adjusted that, and it seems like it's working now. So let's grab the GoPro and go take it for a little ride. I'm pumped. First ride went really well, actually. Could not believe it. The clutch worked, everything worked on it. I could have gone probably like 70 miles an hour on this thing, but I was really taking it easy. The chain is about to like fall off, it's so rusty. I was not going to take the chance and have this thing rev out to the moon, have the throttle get stuck, because it was getting stuck before. One little mishap with the throttle and it's revving to the moon, and who knows if the clutch is going to work when I pull it in. So I was a little hesitant on going around 70 miles an hour, but I think we hit like 35 on it, right around there. So we definitely, I think it went through to third gear. I think we got to third gear, but it was going pretty good. I got some weird looks from the neighbors, but other than that, it's pretty fun. I was not expecting it to be this good, considering it was, you know, $150 and just pretty much junk a week and a half ago. So if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. We're almost at 200,000 subscribers, which is going to be insane. So thanks for everyone that watches, continues to watch, and supports the channel. Anyway, guys, stay tuned for the next project, and until next time, we are out.